Taylor, I wanted to ask you too. I would see you on social media, and I would see you doing retail arbitrage at the time that I was doing retail arbitrage. And somehow you always found like these pretty girls to come with you, follow you around, record you, all this good shit, right? You always made sure you had some kind of attractive woman with you, which I can respect. Because I mean, look, it gets views. People gonna look, even if they don't look at you in the retail arbitrage, they're gonna be like, "Oh, who's this chick?" Right? They're gonna say, "Who's this girl?"
That was my marketing. Yeah.
My marketing strategy, absolutely. So, what did you start with, and like, what made you get into the retail arbitrage and selling on Amazon business?
I graduated college at like 21, and I would always do like landscaping jobs here and there, but I didn't really have a good relationship with like money. Like, I wasn't thinking about making money. Like, my parents always said, like, oh, if you play sports, you don't need a job, So I was like, all right. And then I was getting federal aid from the government when I was in college because my, parents were divorced. So I didn't really realize how broke I was until about 22 and like working a minimum wage job. And then it kind of hit me. I was like, damn, like I'm really broke. But I was going through a spiritual journey at that time. And I realized once I realized I was broke, I started following Gary Vee and Grant Cardone, and Grant
seems to be the common denominator here, right? Gary Vee seems to be the common denominator for all of us.
Grant Cardone was like, you should be in sales. You need to learn how to sell. And that kind of made sense to me. So I got into sales. Yeah, my cousin, actually, you know what was one of the turning points is I had a cousin come over. This is probably like, I just got done with my international travels. I had got a sales job. I'm at Xerox, I'm probably 24 at the time, I think, something like that, 23. And he comes over for Thanksgiving and he shows me his eBay screenshot. He's got like 10,000 in sales and he's a software developer and he's just flipping stuff on the side. I'm like, yo, if this, like my cousin, he's a smart guy, but not like, genius. I'm like, if my cousin Rob can do this, I can figure it out. So I just went to TJ Maxx and I flipped a couple things. And then I found out about Amazon through TikTok and I got into I watched one Reezy video, and similar to Avery, I only had probably $1,000, maybe $2,000. And I just went to Walmart and Target. And I found stuff pretty quick, like in the first couple of days. And then I basically made a commitment, like, I'm going to do this every day after work.
So you didn't start off selling books?
No, I never.
Went straight to RA.
Yeah, I went straight to RA. And
I converted him to books for like a week.
I did books for a month. At the end of my first year, I did books for a month, and I was like, I don't like it. But I think I made like 30, 40 grand, similarly to Avery my first year. And then when I met Avery, that was the first, other than Jameson, I met Avery and Jameson right around the same time, the end of my first year in business. And that totally took my business to the next level because I started looking at it from how I can incorporate systems and automate things with an assistant and go completely online. And that's one of the inspirations we had for the Miami Sellers Conference is we realized that all of the biggest jumps that we take, not only in our income, but in our business and is usually linked to a relationship that we develop, where people are such relationship focused. So that's why we started the MSC to bring people together, and the rest is history.
I mean, Taylor, you started off with RA, you went into Walmart, Target. For those of you that don't know, Amazon has a program. Well, I guess not a program, kind of like a business model, Amazon FBA, FBA standing for Fulfilled by Amazon, where you can go out, you could buy things at any store. It doesn't necessarily have to be clearance items, but usually it's clearance items because you need to get it cheap enough in order to sell it on Amazon. And what you do is you take these items that you buy, you have an app that you can use, just to put in simple basic terms. You have an app, you can scan it. It tells you upfront fees except for shipping. And you can kind of make a decision that if you want to sell a $5 product for a $30 product, you could take 100 of those $5 products, send them into Amazon, where Amazon will store it in their warehouse. They'll ship it to the customer when the customer buys it, blah, blah, blah. And then the rest is history. That's kind of like a very, very simple explanation without getting into logistics of shipping, prepping, and all that other shit. So